Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some absolute classics, that being SAS Zombie Assault 3. Now, this is back in the day when multiplayer was actually a thing for these old-ass games. This was also around the time of my high school story, as I told you in the last video. We're going to go ahead and get into it here in a bit. Now, as always, if you find that you enjoy this channel, this content, my doofy, stupid, nonsensical nonsense that I always come up with somehow, any engagements you guys leave helps the channel out. Dropping a like, a dislike, hitting the bell icon, or leaving comments all helps with the algorithm, helps us get out to other users, and it helps our community to grow as a whole, and I appreciate the help. So if you enjoy what you see here, please feel free to help out. Any engagements you guys leave helps out. Channel's community goal is 100 likes per video. If you think if you think I've earned it, a subscription would be fantastic. I'd appreciate that as well. Other than that, if you want to come hang out, me link description below for the Discord. With that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, I don't think there's going to be much for me to really do. Okay, cool. So, this game still has premiums, but I don't think you have to actually pay for them. It's a premium item. Oh, you need to be logged in. I wonder. Oh. You know what? Before we do anything, just for shits and giggles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, for shits and giggles, I'm going to register a bullshit account, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so I went ahead, I made a nonsense account, and I wanted to see how does premium work. And would you fucking believe it? Buy coins, and look what comes up. You can still buy coins. I'm going to check my Steam real quick just to see something, but I have a feeling that in-game purchase is still a thing with this game. Alright, so from what I could find, it doesn't actually seem like the Steam page has in-game currency, but what it does is, let me see, if I go here, I say buy this. Oh, but it will send you through Steam! It will send you through Steam. So yeah, so if I go to play premium, sure, buy it now. I got the M1 Garand for free, total domination pack. Yeah, and what do they cost? $100, 50. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't remember games being this vicious back in the day. Holy shit. I thought you could get this too, but no, I guess not. Like, screw you, I guess. Oh my god. Yeah, alright, well, let's... Yeah, these are all locked. Alright, let's get to it. Play single player. Oh yeah, I remember this. This insertion is strictly off the books. Full biotox loadout. Something nasty has gone down and you're on cleanup. Stage in this farmhouse and await instructions. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, so they really changed the graphics. I would definitely say, to some degree, it improved. This reminds me of... What was that game? Killing Floor. But yeah, so they still, despite how old this game is... Oh, god damn it. I keep doing that. Despite how old this game is, they still have in-game currency. I don't know if I should be happy with that or not. Like, I'm a little on the fence about that. Like, do you need premium? No, you don't. You could I've beaten this game without paying a single penny. So, is it the most aggressive thing in the world? No. And they're also not shoving it in your face either. They're not, you know, they're not like, hey, you want to play more of this game? Pay DLC, yes. Like, they don't do that. Thankfully, they don't do that. So, I would say this was the start to the dawn of microtransactions. So, I would definitely say this was like the beginning of it. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, this game... Oh, yeah, let's see. That's a gun. I got the Nitro Express. Press space to equipped. Oh, they're classified as power-ups? Really? They're not. Oh, they're not my primaries. Okay. I remember Nitro Express being like the god tier weapon. And that's why. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you can get on some of these really good guns early in the game, and you don't need premium. So, premium, I would say you'd only want to get if you want to support Ninja Kiwi. But I am also concerned about when games do microtransactions, because is that an indication that they're going to get dirty with it? That's what concerns me. Whenever I see a game add microtransactions, are they going to go the way of EA? Or is that just a, hey, you know, we're only charging you this because we need help, and this is the only way we keep our games alive? But there's a way of doing it. There is two different ways of doing it. There is the malicious, hey, if you want this, you have to buy it, versus the, hey, if you want this, it's cool, but you don't need it. We're not going to hold you at gunpoint for it, though. I think, if I remember correctly, you just have to survive the particular set of rounds. So this game does technically have a story, sort of. God damn, thank God for the Nitro Express. Like, I would definitely say this was the point where Java games were getting more and more advanced. And this was like, this was the start of indie, I would almost, not necessarily the start, not really the start, I don't want to say the start of indie, but like, I would say this was like the point where people making their own games could potentially be just as engaging as a $60 game from GameStop. Right, this was the start of it. This was the start of, like, indie as something viable. And then from there on, we got Unity, and eventually we got Unreal. People started playing around with those engines, and then we actually started getting proper indie games that we know and love today. So, I would say probably it was around maybe this time where indie games really started picking up and becoming something viable. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but that's just from my memory. If you think I'm wrong, or if you agree, tell me in the comment section, of course. But regardless, SAS is still a classic. Oh my god, it just brings back memories though, man. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna drop that. Just I don't know if that's gonna carry over to the next match or not. I also don't know if I'm gonna stay logged in now. Like, I just have this bullshit account that I pulled out of my ass. Like, I literally just made a nonsense account. Like, I did not give a rat's ass. I was like, fuck it. God damn, how many of you bastards are there? I'm assuming body armor is a thing, hence the 2 bars. You know what would be really cool, which I'm surprised they haven't done? Why not bring back SAS Zombie Assault as a first-person shooter? That'd be fun. I'd like that. Bring back the classics, but in a new way. They could totally do it too if they use Unreal Engine. Extractions support impossible. The air base has been overrun. Defend what you can at the base, eradicate the hostiles, and get any intel you can. Alrighty. Now, when they mean airbase, do they just mean an airport? Or proper military airbase? Okay, so those weapons were genuinely just upgrades, so I don't have anything, and I also haven't spent a penny yet. Ooh, weapon. MP7? Where? Oh, okay. I was like, where's my gun? I had the gun, where is it? Now, this is gonna be the same thing as the last one, where it's like just survive for four rounds. Wait, can I walk? Okay, no, I can't. Because, like, I saw that one zombie walk over the car. And I was like, bro, can I do that? Is that a thing? Am I just avoiding them because I'm stupid? Where are you? Ah, there they are. But yeah, no, this game brings me back, man. This brings me back. God, I remember being a kid in my friend's house. His house reeked of cigarettes and cat piss. But regardless of the horrendous odor, we still sat there like dumbasses playing our video games. 'Cause, you know, again, this was one of those things that you played that you wanted to feel like you had games that your buddies played, but at the same time, you knew you didn't because your parents either couldn't or didn't want to spend the money. Like, I remember telling my parents, I'm like, I want an Xbox. And they're like, cool, with what money? I'm like, well, you know, Christmas. And they're like, dude, focus on your school. I'm like, but I want video games. Like, no, fuck you, go focus on school. I'm like, okay. Then, you know, growing up as a kid, having a decent PC, family PC, of course. Play these when you could. Oh, the one thing that sucked was it was the family PC. So, when mom and dad told you to get the hell off the computer, that was it. Get the hell off the computer. God. I remember telling myself, I'm like, I can't wait to get a laptop. I could be on my computer all night. My parents won't stop me. That'd be awesome. And then, at one point, get to being an adult. Because the wild thing, too, is when you grow up, things are different. Right? Things are very different. Because I don't remember at what age I was when I, you know, actually built my... Well, no, my first computer, I actually built that when I was about 16, 17 years old. Right? And this is the point where I was working. I started working when I was about... You know, maybe I was... No, I think I started on my computer at 17, or 16. Sorry. Then I got a proper job at 17. That was this shitty indoor amusement park I've told you guys about in the past. And with that job, I started buying parts for my computer. And this is back in the day where graphics cards weren't that expensive. At least compared to today's standards. I remember getting a GTX 960 for about $200. And that was brand new too, mind you. And that was at the time, I want to say the 960 was still a new card. Now you want a graphics card? Bro, you're spending easily over $1,000. Or at least, you know, between 500 and 1,000 at least. If you want what because like me, I went ahead, I wanted the TIs. Alright? Nowadays I want the TIs. And those are 1,000 plus. And just because I find them to be more reliable. At least that's just my observation. Maybe I'm wrong. But, you know, to each their own. Anyway. I digress. How do I equip? Oh, that's just bullshit. No! Oh my god, I keep doing this! Yuck! Anyway, as I was saying. So, you know, when I got older... It's like, it's weird. You want to do less of things when you have more of ability to do it. So, as a kid, I was definitely addicted to video games. I think that was because my parents were very adamant about me not playing them because they were concerned about my education, which is understandable. But then as I got older, I started buying my own games. My parents were like, look, you're, you know, at this point now, you're 19, going on 20, you have a job, you're paying taxes, you got a credit card bill. Dude, if you want to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning, go ahead, have fun, do whatever the hell you want. You're an adult now. And as an adult, I was like, oh, wait, really? I can just do this now? Or rather, I should say as a young adult. I'm like, really? I can just do this? No one's going to stop me? And after a while, there became a point where I would be sitting literally at my computer desk, staring at my computer, asking myself, what in the hell do I do? Now, when I was a kid... If I had my Wii, you know, if my parents were nice enough to let me have it, I made the most of that. Like, shit. I made my own fun if it came down to it. Like, I remember playing Animal Crossing. I've done what I could, so I was at this point, I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna try other things. Let's see what else I could do. So I'd run around and catch people in pitfalls. I would try to steal from stores even though I knew that wouldn't work. Still tried it anyway. I was always doing doofy shit like that. I replayed Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii like so many damn times. I played Call of Duty Zombies so many times on Black Ops on Wii. Hold on, let me get to this. The trail of bodies leads to the nearby village. Villagers fled to the gypsy camp outside the town. Secure the camp and get ready to hit the village. So the gypsy camp is a carnival? Okay. Anyway. So yeah, like, as an adult, I was like, oh, I can do whatever I want now. So what the hell do I want to do now? I don't know. So, after a while, I just kind of like... I wouldn't say I've fallen out of video games. Like, I still have a love for games. It's just, I don't really get as glued to them as I used to. And for a game to really draw my interest, it has to be a game that's actually, like, at least in my book, exceptionally good. That's not to say that this game has to be the god of all games, but it has to be something that I haven't necessarily played before. Right? Like, how many times can you really do a zombie survival game and not get bored? How many times can you just do a typical FPS and not get bored? You know what I mean? So, games like Pal World, Hearts of Iron, what's another one that I was really glued to for a while? I guess maybe Civ. Maybe Civ is another one that I've gotten glued to on and off. My aim sucks. I'm just trying to think of games that I really glue to. Yeah, no, it would just be those, I guess. Shit. I gotta think back, because there's definitely other games I can't think of that would definitely be applicable, but... You know, they're not common, I would say. Especially Pal World, considering that... How many times do you ever see these monster catching training games? But they have an adult spin to it, you know what I mean? And not even in, like, in the sense of, like, adult anime kind of spin. No, like, I mean straight up, like... You can go ahead and catch people, kill people, like, do whatever the hell you want, damn near. That's what I mean. And Pal World is great for that. And I love Hearts of Iron because of the whole, you know, being able to alter history. So, thanks to mods, you can effectively alter damn near any kind of history. You want to mess with modern day, World War II, World War I, the Cold War, 1984, you know, the book and not the actual year. Fallout, for Christ's sake. Like, if there's a mod available for it, you can do it. There's a few other that I would think would work really well for Hearts of Iron. Like, I could definitely see one for the Terminator, but, you know, no one's done that. They've also done Gundam as well, like the 100-Year War. Or what was it? The 1-Year War. That's it, not the 100-Year War. The 1-Year War. That was it. Yeah, no, they did. Someone did a mod for the 1-Year War. It kind of worked okay. Like, I tried playing as the bad guys, the Principality of Xeon, and it just didn't really work the way it was supposed to. But anyway, one game I remember as a kid I was glued to, and I don't think I'll ever go back to it because it's not what it used to be. I remember being locked into Roblox as a kid. Roblox was my shit as a kid, and it was different. It was definitely different because I remember I played it with my ex maybe about a few months, like from now, I'm gonna say. Me and her broke up in August of last year, of 2023. So when I played Roblox with her, that had to be like a couple of months prior. I don't remember what. I don't remember exactly, so I can't give you an exact month. But it was well over a month. Well over a month. I just don't remember when. Anyway, after what I had seen and what I continue to see from like advertisements and whatnot, the Roblox I knew is dead. It's not what it used to be, and I miss it, to be honest with you. See, the Roblox that I knew when I was a kid, right? Roblox wasn't just this simple little Lego-like game where you had a little Lego person and you made your little Lego world and you just had fun. That's what people thought on the outside. No, that wasn't it at all. Back in the day, a lot of kids were role-playing on there, and not in like a weird pervy sense. Like it had its own politics. It had its own universe, essentially. You had all these different factions and groups and war clans that were all being run by actual people. And it was because of this that you had politics. You had different groups getting friendly with each other, different groups hating each other. And it was just wild. It was like you were in your own action movie. That's what it was. It was crazy. That's what I loved about Roblox, was the community. And I was I remember I was a clan leader. I ran a group, and you know, my guys. Well, I remember there was a point where Roblox was really trying to advance itself, right? And I remember my guys, I would deliberately give them shitty guns at our bases. Shitty made guns that barely aim straight. And most people hated it. And they're like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, because you're going to get used to absolute crap. You're going to become a god with these absolute shit guns. And when we go raid another base that's actually developed because their developer, their group leader decided to give their guys a base that had god tier guns, you won't just be god tier. You will be greater than God himself, because you've been using shit guns, whereas these guys have been trained with crap guns. Or, I'm sorry, other way around. You guys are used to shit guns, they're used to good guns, and we're going to be even better than them because we're going to understand their guns faster than they will. And then when they come raid our base, they can't understand our guns for shit because all of our guns are shit, so they're going to be very upset, giving us a major advantage. And that method worked religiously. It worked constantly. It was amazing. This village is the primary target. HQ intel shows this is where the trouble started. Be ready for anything. Let's go ahead and get into it. But anyway, yeah, so that was my philosophy, and it worked. My guys, we always had the smallest group fighting in these wars. Like, anytime we were helping out an ally, they'd maybe have, like, 10... Because remember, the servers only went up to, like, 30 people, right? So the enemy would usually probably have, like, 10, 15 of their own guys, and our people would usually have maybe, like, you know, our allies would maybe have, like, 6, 7, 8... They always had more than us, so we were always the support, but we were the ones doing the most damage. And it actually got to the point where our allies' enemies started taking notice of that, and I would actually start getting, you know, not chummy with them. I wouldn't be friends with them. Like, I wouldn't stab my allies in the back. Definitely never did. I never did that once. You know, whoever was our friends, we stuck by them. We were on their side. So, but there was a situation I remember where we were fighting, I think, a Hellgas group, and we were supposed to be helping an ally. But they just flat out, like, you know, the fight wasn't really going too well, and we were, like, trying to do what we could to hold the line, and because they retreated, we were significantly outnumbered. But we were still trying anyway. I'm like, look, we're going to try something. We're not leaving here without making every attempt possible. So the enemy group leader was like, why are you guys beating yourselves over the head right now? Like, why are you, like, you've lost. Just give it up and go away. And I told him, like, listen, we're not giving up because... You know, I can't remember, I had some fucking, some whole dramatic, you know, war leader, Fallout level kind of speech that I gave to the enemy leader, and, yeah, I can't remember what it was, but it was something stupid. It was like, you know, oh, we won't give up because that's not who we are, you know, we're not the type to do that. If we give up here, then, you know, we'll give up on life, like, stupid shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, again... You were in Roblox, you were living in your own action movie. That's how it works. And I remember talking to him, and he was like, alright, you know what, you guys are pretty chill, I'm just gonna call this whole thing off. And he just kind of just backed down, and we went, you know, half and half. I don't remember how we ended up getting into it, but there was a, if you guys remember G.I. Joe, I think what was his name, Cobra? The Cobra unit? We ran into an enemy. We ran into another group that was the Cobras. And naturally, their leader dressed like, you know, Cobra himself. And we were raiding their base. I don't remember why we went to war. I think think we just... Back in the day, sometimes you just went to war with other groups just for the sake of activity. Like, I remember going up to other groups and be like, hey, so you and I are about the same size in terms of people. I need something to keep my guys entertained. Do you mind going to war with me? Just, like, keep it busy. And they're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's have some fun. So, you would have groups do that too. So sometimes there were wars where it was just strictly like, hey, we're at war because we're bored and we have nothing else better to do. But then you had other groups that legitimately went to war with each other because they genuinely hated each other. I think the two groups there was an old friend of mine, she ran the Crystal Nation, it was called. And I think they had actual beef with another group. I believe it was the Imperium of Man, I believe was what their group was. I think, I don't remember. And they had genuine beef because they were once allies, but then Imperium stabbed them in the back. So after that, it was like straight up like they actually hated each other. So there was real beef there. I don't remember ever having any real anger with anyone with my group. My whole way of operating was, okay, cool. I beat you. My group won. We're gonna call this wash, and either we can be friends or we can just leave each other the hell alone. Your call, bud. And after that, it was just whatever it was. There were actual Nazi groups in Roblox. That was, in fact, a thing. Believe it or not. I was unfortunately in one of those groups, and I didn't even realize it, honestly. So I was, kind of explain. There was this Hellgast group I was a part of. I think it was the Hellgast Empire, it was called. And the girl who was like, I don't remember if she was a second in command or a squad leader, or I don't remember what her rank was in that group. Or in that group, I'm sorry. I don't remember what her rank was. But me and her were friends, and she had left the group. I can't remember why she left. I think she just got bored. And she came across this German group. It wasn't like German in terms of language, like it wasn't made in Germany, like it was an American-made group, but these guys were like space Germans or some shit. And I was like, oh, cool, it's a space German group. Like, okay, cool, why the hell not? And again, me being the dumb high school kid that I wasn't thinking anything of it. You know, our uniforms are black and white, so I'm like, nothing immediately stood out. And granted, at this time, I didn't know much about history either. Let's see, so, the village was just a damn test lab. Somebody made those flesh eaters. I don't know why it said heaters. Okay, I'm retarded. Flesh eaters. The castle at Black Isle is at the heart of it. Get in there and torch the place. Alright, let's do it. But anyway, yeah, so... You know, I didn't think anything of it. And nothing immediately stood out to me. It was just, okay, cool. Black and white uniforms. Tanks. German guns. Okay, cool. There's another war group, right? Nothing stood out. Nobody said anything weird. They did want me speaking with perfect grammar, though. Or rather, I should say typing with perfect grammar. Some groups are very much like that, and I think the whole point was to keep it serious and keep people, like, in line, because you would have those people that would join your group, and they would get really doofy, and, like, you would try to give them a basic command because you needed them to follow with the rest of the group. Like, you'd be in the middle of a raid, and you need them to do something very simple, like, hey, asshole, I need you to go take that flag. But instead, because this kid's doing his own thing, he wants, you know, a particular gun, and he's trying to steal it off somebody, so it made things very annoying, so you would try to, like, stomp that out immediately by, like, keeping everybody in line in some way, shape, or form early on. And one way of doing that was basic things like, hey, you need to speak with perfect grammar or you're going to be in trouble. And a lot of groups did that. Even my own group did that. Like the one I was running. But after a while, too, they started implementing more and more weirder things. Like, you could only respond in particular German words. Like, if you were to say yes, you can't say yes or no. You would have to say ja. I'm sorry, ja or nein. So that was a little weird, but I was like, okay, whatever. It's not out of the ordinary. Things only started getting really weird when... I don't even know if I could say the word. I don't know if YouTube's gonna have a problem with it. Fuck it. The group leader referred to himself as the Fuhrer. Again, me not knowing history, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, whatever, it's a weird name. It's kind of funny. Okay. Then, not thinking anything of this. And after a while, just more and more started coming out. And, I remember I ended up... I guess I was really good with guns, so they made me a commanding officer of their special forces. I have the dumbest grin on my face right now because of how bad this all sounds. Like I'm just thinking like, Jesus Christ, that was a fucking stupid kid. Yeah, I didn't know what it was because they titled it by the full name. I think it was like Stutzstaffen or something like that. And I'm like, huh, that's a weird German word. I don't know what that is. So I googled it and I'm like, also I can't speak. Also known as the SS, and I'm like, huh? Well, don't you know? Like, again, oblivious dumb kid that I was. I think what finally solidified it for me was that, again, that friend that I mentioned that, you know, was the one who got me in the group in the first place. She became second in command of the group. Like, she was right under the group leader himself. After I'd already made a name for myself, I basically became, you know, this fucking crazy SS officer, because, you know, lo and fucking behold. I find out that he was in talks with another German-based group. I think it was like the Rat Corps or something, or Ratten. I don't remember it for nothing. It began with an R, and I can't remember the name for nothing. But he got very buddy-buddy with this group in particular. So we were close allies. So I was like, alright, cool. And again, nothing about this group stood out to me. Nothing was abnormal. These were just nerds playing a video game. That's all I knew. Other than, you know, the SS and the Führer and shit like that. But, you know, that was the only thing that really stood out to me. But other than that, again, being a dumb kid, I didn't know shit. Didn't stand out to me. I was like, alright, more roleplay. Why not, right? Nobody's saying anything hateful. Nobody's spouting off any Nazi rhetoric. So, why not? Well, I find out that that friend of mine, she was Muslim. She was Muslim, and the group leader didn't like that. When he found out about it, he actually removed her from the group and removed her from her rank because of that. And after that, people really started talking like, hey, so what the fuck? Like, she's actually pretty cool. Why get rid of her? Like, that's a really stupid reason to get rid of someone, especially your second in command. Like, why? What the fuck? So, more and more people started talking, and even nowadays, there was someone else. One of my friends, who was a friend of Floro's as well, I think me and him were talking about it. I don't remember who it was that I was talking to. I gotta look through my Steam friends. If anything, if I look through him, I remember, because he was in the same boat that I was in, where it was like, we unknowingly joined the, you know, we were oblivious. That's really what it was. It was just dumb childhood oblivion. And we, you know, me and him were going back and forth, and we were talking about this, and he told me, he was like, yeah, so those groups, you didn't know about it because you weren't in their inner circle. I'm like, what do you mean inner circle? And he's like, you didn't get buddy-buddy with your group leaders. You just followed orders, and you just did what you were supposed to do. That's why you were, you were like, special ops, you were that shit. Great, you were someone that the group could rely on for raids and stuff like that against other groups, but you weren't in the inner circle. He goes, I was, and I left that shit immediately when I figured out what it was. I'm like, okay, so what was that all about? He goes, well, these German group leaders, they weren't just role players. Those dudes were, like, real National Socialists. They were really, like, they believed it. It wasn't roleplay for them. No, they were the real Nazis. Like, they were legit. Like, we were all playing the bad guy. You know, it's a video game. Like, haha, look at me, I'm evil, yay. You know what I mean? No, they were really evil. They were really it. I know I laugh. I know that's bad, but yeah, that's what it was. They were the real shitheads. Safe to say, after a while, Roblox they themselves kind of figured this out, what was going on, and these groups all got terminated. Their loot leaders got banned. So that happened. Once I figured out who the group was, I immediately left them, and I had my own group raid them too. So I was like, fuck that. But I was also kind of disappointed because I was hoping for a war with that group too. And you know, this was the one time where fuck. This is the one time where I was actually looking for a brawl. And when me and my squad went to go raid them, one of their commanding officers was like, "Yeah, you know, no one's gonna show up, right? Like, no one gives a shit." Like the group leader kind of just gave up. So we're like, "Oh, okay, that's disappointing." Came in to be all American and, you know, freedom and retribution and shit, but okay, you're just gonna take that from us. Fucking Nazis. But yeah, no, that was Roblox, man. That's how it was back then. You know, you had these crazy ass groups. I kind of miss it all. Mission complete. You wrapped that up nicely, son. Head back to base. T is waiting. Looks like it's all over for now. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is over for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've enjoyed my story of me being a dumbass kid. As always, if you enjoy this channel, content, and my doofy nonsense, any engagements you guys leave helps the channel out. Likes, dislikes, bell icon, and comments all helps the algorithm and helps us to grow as a community, and I appreciate the help. If you guys want to come hang out with me, link description below for the Discord. As we do community events, we hang out, chat, and game with one another. And generally, we're just a bunch of nerds, so feel free to pop in and say hey. But other than that, guys, if you think I've earned it, a subscription would be awesome. And our channel's community goal is 100 likes per video. So if you can help us get there, that would be awesome. I don't remember if I said that. I'm talking out of my ass. With that said, I will see you all on the next one. Thank you so much. Love you all. Have a fantastic night. You guys are all awesome. Have a fantastic night, people. See you later.